What's the story, YouTube? This is Heritage, and this is my Hellboy review. Man, this is a schizophrenic film. Loads of reviews have been up by other guys already. It's getting very, very bad word of mouth. I can't disagree with an awful lot of it. Like I've said, I like to go into I'm a paying punter, so I want to be entertained by the film I go into. I want to actually enjoy it, so I want to give it a chance. But this was, God, it was a schizophrenic film. It's going to be spoiler free, this, because to be honest with you, it's not a million miles different than the Guillermo del Toro Hellboy films. So vast swathes of his story are already told, about his origins and the like, and this is a reboot, so it just retells a lot of that. I can't fault the effects. It is cheap, I'll give you that. It is very, very cheap, but the designs are amazing. They're really good, and it's very strange in the sense that I kept looking at this film and thinking, this is something kids would love if they were actually allowed to see it. But you've literally got blood falling from the sky at the end of this film. So, people being torn apart left, right, and centre, right in front and centre. People's faces are being torn off and the like. So you're not going to be able to let 8 to 10-year-old kids go see this thing, because it'll utterly freak them out. And the cast do a good job, with the acting. Ian McShane, Kim, Harbour, Jojovic, they're solid enough. It's just, there's something very, very cheap about it. It feels more like something you'd see from a Hellboy television show than you'd actually see from a big budget movie. And that's what's really thrown me more than anything else. As other people have said, there's bits in this where people get torn apart and it looks like something out of Blade 1 from the very late 90s. And that's the thing I was thinking about. It's like a really old school mid-90s actioner. That's what it kind of feels like to a degree. Things are off tonally in it. The music, for instance, just did not gel. I don't know who picked that soundtrack, who scored it. It just did not work. The score itself, in terms of certain dramatic moments, that was perfectly fine. But every time they just drop in a heavy metal track, and I felt like I was watching something on MTV. So, like I said, it's a schizophrenic film in the sense that it got the guts of really good stuff in there, but it's just executed very poorly. So I can't advise people to go see it. That's my ultimate. I'd say it's about a 5, maybe a 5.5 out of 10. The best thing I can say for it is that I wasn't bored. I didn't want to leave at any point. I was enjoying it, but just in the same way I'd be enjoying maybe an episode of The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina or something like that. It's not something that was worth 25 quid to see in the cinema once you got the popcorn and the nachos and the drink. And that's the most damning thing I can say about it. If you do want to see this, I think you'll be entertained. If you like Hellboy, you got a couple of beers on you and you're watching it on Netflix, or you're watching it on, a DVD that you picked up in the bargain bin for $3.99, you'll have a laugh. You'll enjoy yourself. It's okay. But this is not worth the full whack of a feature film presentation or anything beyond a matinee. So whatever you do, don't spell full whack on this thing, because it's not worth it. It's sad to say. And like I said, Jack Harbour does a really good job playing his Hellboy. There's some great one-liners in it. The script is pretty good in places. But it just, as I said, the way the whole executions came together, it just feels off. And that really kind of kills an awful lot of the momentum of the film. I don't want to dunk on it too much. Like I said, there will be a certain section of people that will probably love this just for the sheer ridiculousness of a lot of stuff in it. And it's got entertaining characters. Like I said, the guy that looks like one of the Ninja Turtle villains, can't pronounce what he was, but he's a warthog type of thing. He was gas crack, was a scouser. So the accents were brilliant. That's another thing. There's an awful lot of British and I think a few Irish casts in there as well, because I heard Gail get spoken the bit with Merlin, who's in this, by the way. And I'm pretty sure that's one of the Gleasons playing Merlin too. So it does have a nice authentic ring in terms of how they do accents. Daniel Day-Kim, for instance, does actually a really good passable British accent. Got to give him props for putting the legwork in for that. But beyond that, it's not something I can advise. Like I said, I wasn't bored. I didn't want to leave, but it just was failed in whatever they were attempting to do. As a reboot, I don't see it getting a sequel, to be honest with you. I will say that the audience I was with, predominantly female. There's an awful lot of girls there. I don't know what that says, but, and it was in one of the smaller screens that I've been complaining about in one of my other videos. There's only 30 seats in it. So it was a full theatre, with people in there. But it's not a patch on the original ones. Just, even at the Golden Army and all that, it didn't have the same heart that it has. So all I can say to you is, I'd give it a pass. I'd wait till it's out on either streaming or DVD. Pick it up cheap. You know, if you do want to see this, but don't go see this in the cinema because it's not worth your while. You know, like there's much better films out there at the moment to go see. So there you go. That's my review of Hellboy. Disappointing because I was looking forward to it, actually. I thought it'd be a good bit of crack, and I was willing to give it a chance. Like, there's some great visuals, I will say that. Like, there's some lovely designs. Like, they really kind of delve into the stuff that Del Toro did in his films. You know, like, they were always the best aspects of the Hellboy films, I thought, was how much work actually went into the creature designs and the way they displayed them. You know, like, then this does kind of take that up pretty well, but it's sadly not worth seeing. So there you go. That's my review of Hellboy. If you like this, like and subscribe, and take care, everybody. Bye.